Hi, welcome to Old Rifle 1898. Please remember to hit that subscribe button. Today we're gonna be talking about the vintage sniper rifles of the US in World War II. And that's why I got my 1893 Mauser rifle with me. You see, oddly enough, this is where it all started. In the Hispano-American War, the Spanish troops had this rifle, which was the best rifle on that era. The American troops had the crack rifle. You see, the Spanish Mauser had this thing called stripper clips, and that was relatively new to the scene. You could load 5 rounds at a time. That, combined with round with a great straight trajectory, made this rifle, as I said, the best of the era. Now, the US saw the results at the war, and they decided they needed a substitution for their crack rifle. And by 1900s, they had the Springfield 1902, and was basically this same rifle with some of other features, a little bit shorter, and that's how the troops in World War I had a good rifle to fight. Let's take a look at it.
The 1903 was developed with the rear sight mounted on the barrel. The 1903A1 incorporated some minor changes on the stock and the simplification of the sights. During World War II, the 1903A3 had the rear sight mounted on the receiver in order to mimic the M1 Garand settings. The sniper version of the 1903A3 was the A4. It had a scope mount base mounted on the receiver and the barrel. Because there was no room for an iron rear sight, it was eliminated, and the front sight as well. The sniper version of the M1 Garand was developed at the end of World War II. The M1C had a scope mount bolted to the side of the receiver. It was not a reliable design. The M1D was developed with the scope mount fitted over the barrel. This increased the accuracy of the rifle. Here you can see the detail of the M1C setup on the top and the M1D on the bottom.
Nowadays, you can get a commercial replica scope and convert any 1903 into a 1903A4 or any Garand M1 and convert it into a Garand M1D. But what to do with it? Well, you can go and shoot it at the CMP vintage rifle match. That is a team match competition that is very unique in the United States. Let's take a look at it through the eyes of a team that is really enthusiastically about it.
The Puerto Rico Secret Brotherhood of Vintage Rifles, yes, and that's their chosen name, uses the 1903 and the M1 Garand for the shootings.
Buenas
Good
tardes.
afternoon. I'm going to give you a brief explanation of the new modality in competition, the vintage sniper, that we are taking the rifles that are hanging on the wall. Not only us, but everyone. Taking them out of the walls and taking them to the competitions. Almost 80 years of history. This first one, a bolt action, none were designed for telescopic scope. On that era, the early 1900s, there were no rifles designed for sniping. A 1903 A3 was converted into an A4 by installing a base and a telescopic scope. An M82 or M84, and you convert the rifle into a sniper one, bending the bolt downward. That same happened with the Garand. Both has a 2.5 magnification. That was what they used at that time. Except one, the Malcolm, that was 8 magnification. That is the one with the spring that the Marines used to have. That one's 14 inches long. It was very rare. On the vintage sniper competition, there are two distances, 300 yards and 600 yards, with this rifle. You can also use the Garand at that distance. In the competition, if the team uses both rifles, you get into the semi-automatic category. If you shoot only with the Springfield, you get into the bolt action category, and that is another category. But if you combine both rifles, you get in the semi-automatic category. The vintage sniper competition is 10 shots per team member. For the record at 300 yards and 10 shots at 600 yards for a total of 40 shots per team on that event. You have unlimited sighter shots in 5 minutes, and obviously, you can also use the Garand in that way, obviously with the glass sight. You can use a sandbag or a sling, whichever you choose, but you cannot use both. The shots are stress shots. When I say stress shots, is that you have 20 seconds or 25, depending on the type of target, if it is electrical or manual, to make the shot. So the shot is a stress shot. Once you make the shot, it is marked on the target, but you cannot see it until the target is raised for the next shot. That is why it is a stress shot, because you make the corrections at that moment, and is the same for both categories. And that is the vintage sniper competition.
The competition requires constant communication between team members, decision making, and shooting proficiently, all under a time limit of 25 seconds for loading and making any corrections, and 25 seconds to make the shot.
Bye. Target. Igual. Condiciones iguales. Estamos igual. Una ráfaga boba, estamos igual. Centro. Centro. 10. Centro. Sí, bueno. X a las 5.
Yo veo la X allá abajo con este scope.
Me cago en la mierda, yo no puedo ver eso. ¿No?
Yo la veo.
Sí.
Pertenecemos a la Puerto Rico Secret Brotherhood Vintage Sniper de Puerto Rico.
Load and stand by.
On our next video, we will see our team at an actual competition. Please remember to subscribe. See you soon.
Targets.